Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Main Character Syndrome. I'm your host, Cheesymanfredo, aka Alfredo Morales, and before we get started on this week's episode, I'd like to thank our previous guests of Oblivion Fall and Pan Pizza. I recommend you go check out those episodes. We play a Japanese porn game, and that's pretty epic, but enough about them. Let's talk about you guys. We got two new guests here, BerriesnCream and Jiggy. Say hello, guys.
Hi.
How you guys doing?
Well, as you could probably hear from like the noises outside, of all times and of all days, my piece of shit next door neighbor just started mowing his lawn.
So
That's
awesome.
how I'm doing today.
That's pretty epic. How old is do you know like how old your neighbors are? Are they like older white people?
My neighbors are like 30s, 40s, probably. I don't know. I don't talk to them.
I don't think I ever met anyone my age who has ever mowed a lawn. You know?
Yeah, they usually pay someone else to do it. Like they pay a kid or they do it themselves.
Yeah.
I live in I live in California, and so does Jig. Although tell me, Jig, do you guys have the rock front yards? The front yards that are just rocks and not like grass?
Yeah,
You know
a
what I'm
lot
talking about?
of sorry.
I've had
a lot of
driveways.
people here have them.
Yeah, it's easier. The last place I lived at was pretty prone to finding like old used like canisters of whippets. You guys know what whippets are?
No.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It's a drug.
Oh, that's fucking hot.
Yeah, it used to be like legal, I think, back in like the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're now illegal. I think they're illegal. I'm not sure, but they're like little like metal canisters. And back at my old place, we used to like host like house shows and like punk shows. And after the shows, we would always find like a shitload of like whippets in the front yard,
Mm-hmm.
like discarded. Like people would just use them and drop them, and that was pretty epic. Luckily, our landlord, I literally never met our landlord ever.
Lucky.
So, yeah, so they would never, like, see that shit. But, and enough about enough yard talk. You both are artists, right?
I
Yeah,
hope so.
maybe.
Yeah, you guys draw. I know you draw,
Do I?
Barry. You're like, you make a living off of, being commissioned by podcasters and whatnot.
I'm just a serial shit poster for the most part.
I'm just a little shit poster. I'm
I'm a
online.
widow shit poster. Ooh.
I'm a widow shit poster. Ooh. Do you is that how you make a living, Barry, or do you have a day job?
Well, you know.
If you don't want to give out personal info, it's fine.
I
don't
do
wanna,
I do make money off of my art though. Thankfully.
Barry, I'm just curious, what's your social security number, by the way?
It's 867
Uh,
55309.
Barry, you don't have to. I'm not gonna put this on the podcast, but is this the front of your house? I'm just gonna drop this in the chat. You just gotta.
Okay, let me
Just
just
in the video.
here. Let me just make a loud clicking noise so you can hear me open Discord. No. Try like
Damn.
that's like two to the left.
Damn,
Mhm.
epic.
The one with the dead
Ep-
body out front. But don't tell anybody about
Yes.
Epic. Yeah, they still think that's a Halloween decoration.
that. Yeah,
Um,
I've kind of been playing kind of playing this game with the cops
What was that?
to see what exactly I can get away with. And so far, the Weekend at Bernie's thing is working as long as I say that that's my grandfather.
That's pretty epic. That's some Zodiac killer shit, right there. I was gonna ask you, Barry, do you do vending booths? Do you like do small conventions?
That is something I want to start doing since I started making my own like stickers and stuff, but that isn't something I've done yet.
It's pretty cool. It also like it's a pretty humbling experience too, you know, because you see like big Twitter artists or just big any kind of fucking artists, right? And you think your large following means something, or you're like relatively like large following means something, but then you go out in person and you meet like the local people, and they literally have no idea who you are. They don't even know what a podcast is, and you're like, wow, I'm really am just a small fish in a like the big pond that is the small city I live in, you know. Just giving you a heads up.
Yeah, I just like go
that.
outside all the time, and then
Yeah.
I'm like one of those people that goes outside all the time and then like spits in children's faces and say, "Do you know who I am? I have 500 followers on
Where's the
Twitter,
red
and you're
carpet?"
nothing."
I go outside. The first kid I spot, I grab them by the neck of their shirt, by the little. I grab them by the shirt. I pull them up. I push them against the wall. And I scream in their face and I say, "You're never gonna forget me, ever. You're never gonna fucking forget this fucking moment
God.
for the
The
rest of your
feminine
fucking
urge
life."
to punt a child like
And
a
then I-
football.
And then I pull the tag out of their shirt inside out.
Damn.
the urge to fucking immortalize yourself by traumatizing a child so you're forever in their mind. I'm like Voldemort. It's like I'm putting a Horcrux on the kid, you know.
Just casually cursing them.
Yeah, just oh fuck, did I ever? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna tell a little story. I'm gonna tell a little. Did you guys grow up with religious parents?
Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah, my parents are like hardcore Catholic, so we'd go to church all the time, and they would make me like volunteer for the church. I don't know if you guys like are familiar with the Catholic Mass and how the process works, but you know like those little guys. I don't know if they wear vests in my church, right? And they pass around a little basket where you put the money to donate, right? So I was doing that, and because my parents were kind of like, we're gonna go to SeaWorld with your aunts and uncles. They just came from out of town, and I'm like, I've been to SeaWorld so many times, it's so fucking boring, so I didn't want to go. And they're all like, okay, well, you're gonna have to go to church then and volunteer if you don't want to go to SeaWorld. And I was like, okay, fine, I'll go to fucking church. So I did that, and it got to the part of the mass where we get the donation bag out, right? And I was at one end, and there was like a little girl there, and she grabbed the basket because it was being passed down, and she pretended to like steal money from it. She was like hee hee, like she was just grabbing money, right? And I was just so frustrated. I had no patience for this little silly thing, this little like innocent silly thing. She didn't really mean anything by it. I had no patience for this, so I went up to her ear and I whispered, "God's gonna kill you." And then I just kept on going. And then later, her mom came up to me and she was fucking upset. She was like, "What the fuck did you whisper into my daughter? What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I acted like, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything. I just like lied to her face. And she went to another volunteer who she assumed was my superior, but since we're all just volunteers, there's like no superior, right? There's no supervisor or anything, right? And she was trying to complain to him, but that guy, like, he didn't have the vest on anymore. He's basically clocked out, so he didn't care. And he was like, I don't know, I don't know what's going on, and he went on with his day. So I got away with it. And that's pretty epic. I wonder if she still thinks about me.
It was epic. That's like the best word to describe it.
Yeah, it was pretty epic that I immortalized myself in this young girl's mind.
Here's the thing. I had religious parents, but in the way that my mom didn't believe in dinosaurs and evolution. And my dad got audited.
Oh.
So
Okay.
they were religious in very specific aspects, especially when it came, they thought that I was gay for a long time. So they silently, they were very like, silently, like, you need to go to church.
They.
I love
it-
that.
Oh wow, that's what did you do that they thought was gay? Like,
Okay,
were you
so
like a tomboy or something?
I just radiate mommy energy, I
Oh,
guess.
okay.
So I wasn't. I was from like a small town, like so inbred. If you just so inbred that if you dropped a piece of meat on the ground, it would be a sandwich.
Epic.
So I wasn't super interested in any of the boys because they were all just kind of gross.
Yeah.
I assume they're all. I know in small towns the attractiveness level isn't that high. They tend to be pretty low.
So I wasn't really interested in dating. I didn't date the entirety of high school even. And I also had this like gaggle of girls that weren't like that would follow me around.
Oh, huh.
Like I'd hold their hands and like walk them to class or like carry their books
That's
for them.
cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's adorable.
Yeah, and I just didn't really think about it. And then I found out that like a bunch of them like had a crush on me.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
Yeah. And I'm like, I really wish that I was a lesbian or at least bisexual because I was living a protagonist lifestyle and I didn't realize it.
Yeah, yeah, it's
This
a
is,
perfect situation for a lot of people.
I would
Yeah,
have gotten so much pussy.
So many like lesbians would have killed to be in that situation.
Right.
It's unironically the one meme that's like, God, my first day at gay high school. Hope they don't find out I'm straight.
That was it. That was genuinely it.
Oh no. I have that reminds me of this topic I have lined up. But before we do that, Jiggy, do you have any religious stories or any like gay stories or whatever?
Gay stories, I have a ton, but I have a ton of religious stories. My parents, mostly my mom, and like the extended side of my dad's family, not really my dad. They were semi-hardcore Christians, and if you haven't been to a Mexican Christian church before, it's like really sad. It's like the saddest
Oh
place.
no.
Everybody's always upset.
I've been there.
And it was so scary to me as a kid. Not because like I thought, oh, religion is scary. I wasn't opposed to like believing in God and stuff, but it was just the way that they, I guess, appreciated God. It was always sad. It always had to be like a tragedy. And I don't know if that's...
True.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I know what you're talking. Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm not too familiar with the Catholic Church. I know Ghoul's Catholic, but I haven't been with him or anything like that yet to that kind of thing. But just my whole life has been Mexican Christian church, and thankfully a small portion of my life we went to like this super church, and that was like super frightening.
Oh my god.
It was just creepy. It wasn't like anything too bad besides blatant transphobia and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
Yeah. As expected. You just reminded me of when my years of going to church when I was younger. My mom would make me go to the youth groups on Fridays.
Oh no.
And what's so funny is that like that was around the same time atheist YouTube was popular.
Oh god.
You know? So, and I was super atheist mode during those times. And I would like question everything they said, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I probably prevented a lot of kids around me from becoming super Catholic just from being annoying. Just from being like an annoying little like atheist.
I don't want to go to youth group. I don't want to go to youth group. Cheesymanfredo's there.
Youth group was interesting. I don't remember too much, but I do know that I was being like an asshole. Like, how did God do that? How could he do that? Explain to me. Use science and shit like that. I'm still like that. But about like mostly about like ghosts or like little goblin creatures. Even though I love goblins. But fuck, I was gonna say so they also did the whole sad shit situation, and they would do this thing where they like would make you like feel guilty for your sins, and it's like they would make you cry. Like they would always kind of like psychically train you to cry on command.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And this is around the same time I was taking like psychology classes in high school, and they would explain like, oh, like this is kind of how mind control works, and it's like, it's not that mind control is like how it is in movies where like they just take over your mind, but it's more like conditioning. Like they connect certain dots for you, and you also gotta kind of have to be open to it, you know. And then when I would go back to youth group, and they would do the they magically made us cry somehow, right? And then I realized, wait a second, this is mind control. They're doing conditioning to us right now, because the idea is that later on they would do the bigger church masses and they would make you cry at certain points, and it's this shit was like kind of scary.
My church is not like
pretty
that at all.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry.
They would yeah, church is kind of fucking scary. They would do I can't remember what they called it, but they would do these like 2-day like events where they would make like the youth it's like an all day, I don't know what to call it, like a training seminar or something, and they do this thing where they like made us walk in a line, and they had a bunch of tables, and each table was like designated to like a sin, you know.
Oh my god.
And if you were tempted by one of the tables, they would take you out of the line, and they would take you to the hall, and a shitload of people would end up in the hall, right? And then we would redo the line again, right? But now they would blindfold us, and they would start throwing shit at us.
What?
Like food.
Fuck?
I remember they only did this once. And I need to find one of my former youth group friends, because I did have a handful of like other people who were also edgy, and they experienced the same thing. I remember, because
all you have to say
weird.
is "hit me, daddy," and then that should be enough. That should be enough to make them stop.
Well, the thing is that everyone was screaming and yelling, because we had no idea they were gonna throw fucking like custard or fucking like fudge. I don't know what they were throwing food at us. It was nasty. I don't know why they did that.
That's so mean.
It didn't make me less gay or less atheist, which is like which was probably the plan the whole time. Oh man. But anyway, speaking about gays, let me ask you too. Do you guys have like an audience in mind when you guys make your art? Like, is there a specific group of people you're trying to attract the attention of when you make your art?
Kinda.
Who do you have in mind, Jiggy?
At first, I was when I started to kind of take art seriously, I guess, enough, I really wanted, like, I don't know how to explain it. I didn't want like hardcore people to look at my stuff per se, because that's a very fluid term, but
yeah.
I'm going to be blatant. I wanted like really mentally ill people to also look at my art, because
That's pretty cool.
yeah,
That's pretty
but like
based.
now, and it was more so focused on like counterculture. That was like a huge thing to me in my mind, but now I just feel like anybody who like looks at it and likes it is welcome to look at it and like it.
When you said mentally ill people, I knew you meant kind of like alternative people, but I like to think in the back of my mind, I was thinking like, oh yeah, you know, I make like #relatable comics, because those people usually end up to be psychos, or they turn out to be like groomers or some shit. Yeah, those were the mentally ill people I was trying to attract.
You must at least have schizophrenia before you can open this Instagram link.
Right.
Schizophrenic art be pretty cool, be pretty rad. Barry, do you have in mind anyone you like to attract with your art, aside from people with deep pockets?
Right.
Yeah, that's the other group.
Just gonna wait for the
Okay.
Oh no.
It's really bad, I told you.
It doesn't sound too bad.
Okay, if you can't hear it. Well, my specific, because I kind of just started drawing fan art, and then that was what made me happy.
Epic.
And then I started drawing more things that make me happy, like monster girls or monster girls. Like I recently started animating more my audience is really just myself, and anybody that wants to see it can look at it.
Yeah. Relatable.
How much do you because I know you do a lot of like you do like the thumbnails for a lot of like Dick Show episodes. How much of like the Dick Show fan base do you get spilled over to your art?
I actually don't think I get as many. I don't think I have as many as you
get a lot of dickheads in your fan base. What you're saying?
The fan base kind of follows like drama more than they do art. So
okay. Yeah, you're pretty drama free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, who do I have to slap to get some attention around here?
You need to make one of those like comics that pisses off people, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like I still need to make the.
What, you want me to be a Stone Toss now?
No.
Yeah, sure, fuck it.
Damn.
Why not? I had an idea for a Stone Toss comic, or no, I had an idea for it was gonna be like a Among Us comic where the crew members are sitting around a table, and one of the I'm okay now that I say it on the podcast I'm gonna make it, but anyway, the crew, they're all saying like there's a imposter among us, and then the second panel is like a racist imposter, and then we see across the table there's just like a crew member that just has a Stone Toss face, right?
Or you could
wait, hold up, and in the fourth panel he turns over to the crew member next to him and he says, "It's black." As in the black one's the racist one.
Or
yes,
you could redo your big Twitter artist comic, the one that got everyone mad. You could do that one, but in Stone Toss style.
I'll give him the fucking the lips and the what else is it? I guess that's it. I guess they're almost already like I need to actually give them eyes.
Yeah, just give them lips.
Give them the lips. Give them
the swirly hair.
The swirly hair. Yeah. I know that he likes to do the hair to make it look like poop for the SJW. Maybe like put a B for big Twitter artist or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I'm getting off of my bigger point, my bigger topic that I was talking about. But I don't. This might be like a week old, but recently there was this one artist by the name of Maria Amp, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she made this very long thread talking about, because she draws a comic, right? And she deleted this thread because she got a lot of flack. But basically the rundown of her thread was that she wasn't really like, she seemed to be bothered by how much homosexuals were attracted to her art, right? Like she thought that she would attract more of a straight crowd, but it seems like gay people love her art, right?
Uh-huh.
And she made this huge thread talking about how much it like kind of bothers her, and I basically linked it right there in the chat.
Okay, I'll take a look at it.
A loud click noise.
And it's funny. That's why I asked you guys about what kind of audience you think you attract, and I think this is very dumb thread to make, because it's like, why would you be bothered by attracting like gay people like to your art, you know? Especially if you're like selling your stuff, you just kind of open yourself to a new demographic, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, like why be upset about that? And I did like skim through her art before she went like private, and a lot of her stuff is like, I think she draws a comic and the main character is like a girl, and she's like attracted to like a guy, and being attracted to guys is like, that's already gay, you know, right? Why is she surprised that like a gay person would read that and then see a character attracted to guys and not be like, oh yeah, I find that relatable because I'm gay, you know?
Right.
Like this should be easy fucking dots to connect, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm reminded about I don't know if you guys watch the show Golden Girls. You guys ever seen Golden Girls?
No, I'm sorry.
I'm too young and vibrant to have seen Golden Girls.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna say this: Golden Girls is pretty epic. It's a pretty funny show. I didn't think women were funny until I saw Golden Girls.
Mhm.
Then I was like, wow, I'm not a misogynist no more after watching it. But
And
but
then
in
you
Golden
watched an
Gir-
Amy Schumer special, and you're back to square one.
Yeah, then I was like back. Yeah, I reverted back. I flip flop, you know, like. but but in Golden Girls, there's like a character who it's a woman and she has like a lot of sex, and that's like her whole bit. She has like a lot of sex.
Yeah.
And the show also has a big like gay audience, and she always wondered like, well, why do gay people like the show if we're all just straight women? And she did talk to one of her gay fans about it, and her gay fan was like, well, you basically are living every like gay man's dream by just sleeping around with a bunch of men. And she's like, oh, okay, that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm surprised that this Maria character didn't like connect the dots on this, you know. And yeah, what's your guys' take on?
I think
this?
it's just weird.
It is very weird.
I briefly just skimmed the text because I'm lazy and I don't like to read, but
Oh
Yeah.
that's fine. I basically just summed it
I'm
up.
illiterate. Ooh.
yeah, you did. Yeah. But I think it's kind of weird to feel weird about just specific demographics looking at your stuff because, like you said with the Golden Girls thing, a lot of I'm assuming mostly gay men relate to them so much because of just their mindset about certain things that they experience, and and even then it's like I don't talk to the people that look at my art half the time anyway, so it's not really like my place to be like, well, now I care about who you are because I don't like that you're you and you're looking at my shit. Like, I just think it's weird.
Yeah, like she like scrolling through every person that follows her, like
right.
Every comment, is she like going through and being like, I'm waiting to see like what letter of the alphabet you are.
Waiting to see if you're one of the alphabet people. It could be that like because people just like putting their little their sexuality flag by their name. So maybe she saw like the rainbow flag or the trans flag pop up a lot, and she's like, "Wow, where are all these fags coming from?" And it's fine. I can say fag, guys. I'm bisexual. I can say fag. And
wow, I'm recording it. On top of your recording,
you're gonna get canceled.
Do you want me to make you like a little card that just says "I can say blank"?
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Are you talking about like hello, my name is kind of sticker?
Yeah, yeah. And then
hello, my name is I'm bisexual. I can say fag.
And there's
okay,
like
guys.
proof, like one picture of you kissing a boy and then one picture of you kissing a girl.
Guys, I put stuff up my butt, so I think I could say the slur. I think it's okay, guys.
I'm thinking of a drawing of you with a girl on one side and a guy on the other side, like kissing your cheeks, and you have like this DreamWorks face.
And then it says, "I can say."
Yeah, I can say it.
I can say.
I can say it, guys.
Only if both of them are like clown people, then yeah, I'll do it. I'm down.
Duh.
That's they're clowns and they have like the bi colors. That'd be pretty good. They're pretty epic.
I have something slightly unrelated that I wanted to bring up, and it's not important at all. But
go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say I remembered that one time I tweeted something about the Golden Girls, and it was like, "I'm old and I have sex. That's basically the Golden Girls," or some shit like that. And then you commented so fast, like, "Yeah, so."
I'm a big Golden Girl defender, if you will.
I fucking laughed so hard.
Yeah. So
you're like, shut up,
okay.
baby. I know it.
Okay, all right. Women can't have sex now. Okay, Herm. All right. Okay, all right. It's so much.
It was just really funny to me because I was like, "Oh yeah."
I don't know. Just I really like the Golden Girls. I after like Betty White's passing, I saw the Golden Girls recommended on Hulu, and I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll watch an episode because just in honor of Betty White. She seemed like a nice
why
person.
not?
And then I'm like, wow, and then like I watched more episodes, and I'm like, wow, I'm really digging this. I really like the way the women talk in this show, especially B. Arthur. And she's not like the sexual one. There's only one of them really is the one that's always constantly having sex. They each have like a little trope. One is like the serious one is like the dumb one, and that's like Betty White's character. One's like the mom, and she's like Italian, and the one is the one that has like a lot of sex, right? And
Hot.
yeah, and B Arthur is the one who she's always just saying like the most cleverest shit. I can't repeat none of the stuff she says because it's always like so sarcastic and so like well placed, you know. And a lot for the longest time I wish I could go back in time and tell my younger self, watch this show right before the era I started making my webcomic Bongo and Luna. Because then the comic would have ended up a lot different. It probably would have been a lot more cleverly written, maybe. That's what I'm saying. But back to like what kind of audience you attract. I think it's only really a problem if you attract an audience that I think is like bad.
Harmful. Yeah.
Yeah. So
like
so
if you're writing a comic for children and then a bunch of pedos are skulking around.
If a bunch of pedos are skulking around, you really fucked up with that children's book.
Yeah, you really gotta rethink the way that you draw things.
Yeah, exactly. I think if you create some sort of like
My Little Pony.
Epic. Okay, it's not okay. First of all, it's not their fault. Ponies are just naturally sexy. All right, Lauren Faust's art style is just naturally sexy. It's not her fault.
Are you gonna do the dolphin pussy copy pasta when it's about horses?
Oh boy, I don't know the dolphin pussy.
Okay, let me just look it up for you, and then you can read it out loud.
Wait, is that the one that mentions like that his dick could get crushed, like from being inside of it? Or am I thinking of something else?
I hope that's not the same thing.
Oh God.
Okay. I'm just gonna find this for you, and then I want you to read it out loud for me.
Okay, I'll read it out loud.
As much as you can stomach.
I'll read it out loud, but I know that there's a surprising number of people who have fucked dolphins and are just walking around in public right now.
Someone's gonna screen record Cheesy saying this and then post it.
I mean, I'm doing that right now, so...
Epic. Okay, cool.
Okay, read that for me. This is like the first 2 paragraphs of it. It's very long.
Oh God.
It's very long.
There are a variety of ways a dolphin has of showing that she or he is interested in sex. Males are probably the easiest to detect. They will swim around sporting an erection anywhere between 10 to 14 inches long for a bottlenose. I love that. And will have no bones about swimming up to you, placing their members within reach of your hand. If you are in the water, they may rub it along part of your body or wrap it around your wrists or ankles. Dolphin males have a prehensile penis that they can wrap around objects, carry them as such. Their belly also pinkish in color, which also denotes sexual excitement. You know what's really funny is I like the bit where like if they will swim up to you, placing their members within reach of your hand. Implying that the dolphin knows you could jerk off. You could jerk it off with your hands. That's very like interesting. That's like world building, you know, right there.
It's a very unfortunate way to talk about this copy.
Do me a favor, when you're editing this, can you just record yourself saying like horse or pony? So every time it says dolphin, it just says horse.
Horse, dolphin. Females can be a little harder. The most obvious way a female horse has a display of her sexual interest is the pink belly effect. Their genitals become very pink and swollen. Their genital region oh my God, become prominent. They may be restless or reacting as normal. If you're out of the water, they may swim up to you, roll belly up, exposing themselves to you, coupled with a pelvic thrust. If you're in the water, they may press their genitals up against yours, nibble your fingers, nuzzle your crotch, or do pelvic thrust against you. Oh no.
Yeah, and it's like 10 paragraphs long copy pasta.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. This is
I have a lot of my friends and we have like the sense of humor where it's like we just try to gross each other out.
No, that's epic. We do that a little bit in one of my private servers, specifically around finding like weird fetish art. You ever
have
heard
you seen
of
the one with the knees?
The knees?
The
Is that
big
the one where
fat
it's like the fat knees?
Oh,
yeah, the
yeah.
fat knees. Yes. Yes, I'm like I was gonna bring up I think they're called Queen Stallions. You ever heard of Queen Stallions?
No.
It's like the one fetish where they get like an anime girl or like a video game girl, and she slowly starts transforming into like a horse, but not just a horse. Like her neck and head is like in the shape of a penis, right?
That's
And
fucking hot.
they grow
If
like a
you're gonna
penis.
fetish.
It's very fucking, it's very weird. It's very specific too, and it's horrifying.
Can you please like find a picture and just post it in chat? Because now I need to see it.
Hold on. Let me. I don't even know if Queen Stallions is the proper term for this.
I want to see it.
It's
My favorite type of like weird fetish art is inflation art.
nice
Because straight up, I feel like if I ever decided that I would take NSFW or like fetish commissions, I would target them so hard, because all you need to be able to do is draw a circle and use the fill bucket tool, and they will pay you so much money.
huh?
That's fun.
I have yet to get like and I do porn commissions on the side, but I have yet to like get anything inflation related. I did get like this one guy was like, "Can you draw this Pokemon gym?" Yeah, speaking of Pokeballs, look at that.
Wow.
You just flash that on the screen.
Yeah, I'll keep it on for a while. Fuck it.
Jump scare.
But someone did commission me to draw like a Pokemon gym leader with like a muffin top, and it's like, yeah, can you like make her hold the muffin top? And she's kind of like, she has like a look on her face like she's like, oh, I'm so embarrassed by having this muffin top. Okay.
Did you do it?
I did do it. I have not posted it publicly anywhere. I'm pretty sure.
Why not?
Yeah, because.
Oh my god!
This is it. Queen Stallions.
The closest I've ever
doors.
gotten. You know the Wonder Bread guy.
Oh yeah.
He interacts with me on Twitter sometimes.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that's like the most unsurprising thing you told me all day today. that your circle would cross over with Wonder Bread guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the elusive Wonder Bread guy.
Elusive Wonder Bread man. He's an interesting fellow. But did he ever commission you?
No, because he went through like hard. He stopped commissioning people because he went through like financially hard times.
Oh wow! Yeah, COVID got to us all.
But I'm pretty sure if it was like 2 years ago, I met him a little sooner, I feel like I would have had a shot. Yeah.
Did you ever like disclose? I know he's kind of like, cause I listened to him on podcasts before, and he has like a very like roundabout way about talking about things.
Mm-hmm.
And when they asked him like where does his money come in, he starts telling a story about having like a janitor job for like a week and then dropping it, which doesn't answer the question of where his money comes from. You know, do you have any idea where his money comes from? Has he ever disclosed that with you?
My guess is that he is somehow heir to the Wonder Bread fortune.
That would be too perfect.
It would be very funny.
Yeah, that's like that's like that one guy in The King of the Hill, where he's like you know that episode where it's like a guy who owns like a slaughter like a meat factory with pigs and whatnot, and he wants to he takes Luann into his mansion. Wait, do you guys watch King of the Hill?
No.
No? Oh,
I wasn't allowed to watch it as a child.
Really?
So it's like I've got that weird like Christian like Catholic guilt, but specifically about watching shows like King of the Hill.
Wow.
I also feel the same way about watching Beavis and Butthead. Because I'm not allowed to watch them.
That's interesting. Those shows probably would have made you more straight, in my opinion.
I feel like
honestly, I agree.
Yeah, they probably would have made
I'd be
you straight.
even more of a fucking bitch than I already am.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. You're right. Did you watch anime? Did your parents let you watch anime growing
Oh
up?
yeah, I had like unrestricted access to watching like fucking straight up Girls Bravo when I was like 12. Have you ever
Okay,
seen
yeah,
Girls
well-
Bravo?
I've heard of it. I've heard whispers of it.
Chobits.
Your
Dance-
parents were working backwards. They let you see all the gay shit by accident.
Oh yeah, like I was watching so much because back in the day, I didn't have a computer. All I had was a Wii that had access to Netflix.
Epic.
So I watched whatever Netflix had for anime. And back then, that was when they would take anything. And when they took anything, it was mostly just fucking ecchi shit. So I was watching like a bunch of like shit, ecchi anime. And that's like a majority of what I watched through my childhood.
Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
that's
And something I noticed that like made me so uncomfortable now that I'm older is not only how uncomfortable it is seeing like the high school girls in compromising positions, because I can't watch any of that.
yeah.
It's
same
that
here.
there used to be a period of time where in these like anime in the harem there would be like,
an adult.
no like it like a lolly character
Oh,
or like
the
Oh, yeah.
token like youngest one or some shit.
Yeah.
yeah, like even high school or on High School Host Club had Honey Senpai. Like he was the same
Mhm.
age as everybody, but you know what I'm trying to say.
I saw one episode of that anime like 2 years ago, and I was like, yeah, I'm not watching the rest of this.
They don't sexualize him, thankfully. He's just like a cute little brother character. But
I watched the dub, and they said something. They called him like lowly boy or something, and I was like, what? What?
Yeah.
When
I'm
I
trying
heard
to
that.
remember the name of the one that I saw. It was Rosario plus Vampire. That was probably the grossest one.
Wasn't there like some weird incesty like family tree shit going on in that one? I don't remember it. I watched it when I was like
Maybe.
really young.
I know there was a little bit of some sort of incest angle with the twin boys from.
Oh, that's Oran Host
Host
Club.
Club.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The angle was that they were just like really like close.
Epic.
Here's the thing, my sister and I have a sense of humor where most of our jokes are like incestuous towards each other.
Herm.
Like she
Gonna
calls
clip that. Gonna clip
she
that.
Yeah, I was gonna
calls
say,
me
I'm
daddy
recording
and
this.
I call her mommy.
I'm gonna take out the sense of humor part and just put, yeah, me and my sister are incestuous, and just put
Yeah. You see,
No,
our G-spots are mirrored so that we can like look each other in the eyes when we get to completion.
you know what? It's not your fault. You grew up in a small town. This was bound to happen.
It's all I knew.
Look, you small. It's like your parents were scared that you were gay. They should have been scared you were into incest. That was the real.
They should have let you watch.
No,
Beavis
like,
and
if
Butthead.
anything, they would have been happy if I chose one of my brothers instead.
Oh god, that's horrifying. You don't live in this small town anymore, right?
No, but
Epic.
the thing about me choosing like a boy, like one of my brothers over like my sister, straight up, my parents were so desperate to get me to have a
Oh
boyfriend
god.
that they wanted me to date, like they kept
Your
like trying
cousin?
to get me to date like this homeless guy that would hang around my work.
Oh,
What the fuck? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
like I worked this like really shitty job for like a year. And I constantly had these fucking men. And
You're-
one man was 38 years old and I was like 18.
Oh god.
And he
Meant
would
to
come
be.
in, he would sit down and he would just stare at me.
That's
And my
romantic.
job was to like, when things weren't busy, was like, clean around and make sure everything
Yeah.
was in order and tip-top shape. And he
Mhm.
would just like ask me things like, what's your age range? And ask to like and like ask if he could watch me clean. And like I'm a fucking idiot. Like, I had
And
I had like my own little harem in high school, so like levels of just like things don't go through my head. So it's just like, I guess, like, what's your deal? And then also there was like the homeless guy they tried to get me to date. There was another guy who tried to get my phone number by like getting me in the blind spot of the cameras in like a compromising like area.
Oh God.
Yeah, and my parents were like,
horrifying.
"Why didn't you ask for his number? Did he have a car?"
I'm not surprised though, because if you ever like look into this is like a meme I see on TikTok, where like people would like ask their parents or grandparents how do they meet, and it's always like the most like sex offender-esque shit ever.
Yeah, it's always hella heinous.
Right, exactly. Like I hear
Reasons.
stories about
Mostly,
like, oh yeah, my
age
dad
gaps,
was
really
like
bad
20.
age gaps.
Yeah, my dad was 25 and my mom was 16, and my dad was actually dating someone at the time, but like he fell in love with my mom when she was like at her high school, like at a church like play recital or something. And it's like, oh my God.
Do you want to hear about how my grandparents met?
Oh God.
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
So she was 15 at the time, and he was
Epic.
like, he was like 18. He's like not that much older than her.
Okay.
He was in the car. He was in his car with his buddies. This was in like 50s or 60s, and he had a bat that he was like dragging on the asphalt hanging out the window of this car, and he was like hollering at her, like following them in the car and like hitting the bat against the fucking street.
It's true love.
True love.
Yeah, your grandpa just came back from doing a hate crime, and he's like, I'm gonna pick up some ladies right now. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was really funny.
Oh my God.
I just like, that's what I need.
You need to meet a man that way. Like
yes,
yes.
yes.
I wonder what the like, I guess the modern equivalent of that would be like someone making like someone in a car doing like I'm doing a catcalling women prank YouTube video, and they do that to you, and then
you fall in love.
Then you fall in love. Yeah.
Here's the thing: I can't come unless there's a baseball bat on hitting the street.
It runs in the genes.
Yeah.
You're your grandmother's daughter. Oh God, that's horrifying.
Oh, and my parents met when they were working at a club or something, and when they started dating, my dad put a tracker on my mom's car.
What the fuck?
And she found it.
Better.
She found it, and then she threw it into the woods, and then he got mad that she found it and threw it away. He's like, you could at least give it back.
Oh, could you?
Could I please have my tracker back?
And then they got married.
And they lived happily ever after.
I met my husband when he doxed me online for making a comic he didn't like. And we've been married ever since.
Yeah, he slid into the DMs, and then he slid into my heart.
He dropped a dick pic, and then he dropped the image of the front of my house, and I had no choice really. Like, it was true love really.
Jiggy, have you ever had like, what's like the creepiest way someone's like tried to come on to you?
Let's see. I gotta think, because I've done a lot of stupid shit. I've done a lot of odd jobs. I think it has to be when I worked at a crematory and I was helping out with this funeral service.
Oh my God.
Already like a very romantic setting,
Already a hard hitter. And we were doing a viewing, which is just, immediate family comes in and what the name says, they view the loved one and have their time or whatever.
Oh no.
And I was just a crematory like assistant at the time, so I just kind of did the grunt work. I cleaned up after the viewings and whatnot, and I tended, vacuumed, whatever. And I came in just to check on them because sadly there's a time limit in a lot of places, but I came just to kind of remind them, like, hey, like your time limit's almost up, like start to get ready to gather your things or whatever. And then they were all like, oh, okay. And then as I was walking out and I was going back to the office, this guy, like, slightly follows me. Not really follows me because, it's kind of a small place, but he follows me. And he's just like, hey, I just want to let you know, you're doing a great job out there. And I was like, what? What are you talking about?
Oh my god.
He's just like, yeah, I've seen the way you're handling all this, and I think that's so noble and it's very beautiful. And I was like, dude, I mop the floors here. Like, I don't know who you think I am. I didn't say any of that. I was just like, oh, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. And he was just like, hey, I think I'm gonna need like some help grieving or something. Like, do you mind giving me like your number so I could call you? And I was like, you could call the office. And I like left, and that was the end. And it wasn't like super like crazy or anything, but that was like the weirdest environment I've ever been hit on.
Oh god.
I wonder if that has worked on other people. If he's tried this before.
I hope not. I hope that's never worked.
Because that's very bold to assume, like, yeah, I'm grieving.
I need help to grieve.
This was my cousin twice removed, and I really need, like, I really would like, some pussy to grieve into, And if you be so humble.
I'd really like what, you fucking blow your nose in it like a tissue when you cry. Like, what the fuck?
It was just so strange. Like, I've seen people do weird shit while they're grieving, like during meetings and stuff, and I usually give them like, okay, like, I'll give you leeway, because someone dying that's like close enough to where you have to like go to a meeting for it and shit, that's pretty hard for anybody. But I just think that was such scumbag shit. Like, that was the scummiest thing like anyone's ever done.
It could be thinking that, at that funeral he had a self-reflection and he was like, you know what, life's too short, I gotta, if I want something, I gotta go get it. And then, like,
life is too short, I gotta get that baseball bat and hit it against the street.
Right, I gotta start putting tracker on women cars, and if they find it, oh well, excuse to that's an icebreaker. If she finds your tracker, that's a perfect icebreaker.
What's this fucking shit I found on my car? It's my declaration of love for you.
There's
we should get to coffee to talk about it. I'll explain the whole thing.
You found my tracker. Oh, that's so funny. Haha. Yeah.
Oh, is that a restraining order? Here, why don't you give that to me at the Starbucks across the street?
Oh god. That's like, is there any anime or manga that has like a premise like that, like the ones with the long titles that's like, my girlfriend put a restraining order on me, so I guess I'll date her.
Now I'm transported into a magical world.
I have a restraining order against my crush, put a restraining order on me, and now I have no choice but to marry her.
Love at first sight after the restraining order.
I fell in love with her at the court trial when we locked eyes.
How could the girl suing me be so cute?
Oh my god!
My stalker couldn't be this cute. No way my stalker is this cute.
Stop bullying me.
That sounds like some good Barry art, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I could do it.
It sounds right up to...
Maybe after I finish this, like, one thing I'm working on. That'd be funny.
That reminds me, Barry, have you ever considered getting into comics, like drawing comics, or?
Oh yeah, I used to do that as like every year I would write a new comic. Like my first comic was about like a bug. Aww. She was a little fly, and she was cute. Really cute.
That's cute.
And then the next ones, I just did a bunch of like cringe ones in middle school and high school.
Yeah, same here.
I actually had a comic where the concept was that everybody in the world was basically a main character.
Huh.
And
That's
the main
funny.
character of this comic was like a normie. And the normie's like uncle was like trying to find out who the real main character of the world was so he could kill them and be free.
Huh.
Yeah, it's really stupid.
So everyone's a main character,
Mm-hmm.
or so everyone's like extraordinary or something in a
Yeah.
way, and our main character is actually the most bland guy on the planet,
Yeah.
and the uncle, assuming that the main character would be someone extraordinary, doesn't
Yeah,
realize that
there's
his
like
own
dialogue
nephew.
between like the uncle character and the artist, quote unquote.
Uh-huh.
It was
That
really cringe.
I think that could work. You could retool that.
I think it sounds cool.
Yeah, you could
Thank
retool.
you.
It wouldn't be that long, or maybe I don't know. It depends. It depends, but that could work as like a grounds for something, you know. Um, Fuck. What was I gonna say? Okay. Well, we're almost close to the end, and before I ask the big podcast ending question, I I gotta say the catchphrase of the podcast. You guys know what the catchphrase of the podcast is?
Stop bullying me.
Yeah, stop bullying me. Stop bullying me.
Please be nice to me.
Please be nice to me. I don't know who you are, or I don't know why you're being mean to me, but you need to be nice to me.
Oh,
right
I know what it
now.
is. Can you send me the catchphrase of this podcast? Can you please send me booty pic, one with panties on, one with panties off, and 3 pics of your boobs in any direction?
That's close. That's actually almost close to the catchphrase. But the catchphrase is
Actually, I think I know what it is.
okay. What do you think it is?
If you are in the water, they may press their genitals up against yours, nibble your fingers, nuzzle your crotch, or do pelvic thrusts against you. Is that right?
These are very like adjacent to like the actual catchphrase.
Mm-hmm.
But the actual catchphrase is "We love women." We love women on this podcast. That's it. That's the catchphrase. I have consistently said that for every episode.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
Well, we do love women.
We respect women on this
I mean,
podcast.
I don't know how I feel. Like, I'm pretty on the fence.
I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, you have so many. All the women in your life were either like, were in love with you, or and all the men in your life were also in love with you, but they were like creepers. So it's a hard choice, really.
Here's the thing: the girls were weird, but like in like a less,
Well, they liked anime, I
scary
assume.
way. Like,
Yeah.
I had this like one chick who was a furry or something because she wore cat ears and a tail to school every day.
Mhm.
And during Spanish class, she would sit in my lap.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Huh.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, whatever.
God, I wish that was me. God, I wish a cute little cat girl would sit on my lap in Spanish class in high school.
And then
I
all the
really
boys
had-
like
oh.
ignored me because they thought I was gay and
Epic.
weird.
That sucks.
Okay, now that you mentioned Spanish class, this is a tangent, but one of my ex-Spanish teachers turned out to be, like, she was a woman, and she turned out to be a pedophile.
Oh no.
Whoa.
Because, and it didn't happen at my school. She was, like, a teacher in my class, and then she switched to another school, and then in that school, she had, like, sex with one of the students,
Mhm.
and it was, like, pretty horrifying, and, she went to jail, and I only knew she got out of jail because I noticed that she was like liking like one of my big titty clown pictures, and I was like,
What
wait a
the
second, I recognize that. I recognize that
God.
name. Oh no, she's out. She's free.
Oh, is she in your DM being like, oh, how old are you?
He's like, oh, you're
Ooh.
Mexican. Haha, I have a thing for Mexican boys.
Oh no.
She was like a white lady. And she had perfect Spanish because she lived in Mexico.
What is with white
a
ladies
while.
and being Spanish teachers?
I don't know.
Every Spanish teacher I've had from kindergarten up has been a white lady.
I blame
When they have hobbies they're
Racism.
serious about, they just have to be the best at it in their
Mhm.
minds.
You know what? I did look at the article about when she got arrested, and it mentioned how this happened was that there was like a boy who would stay after school in her class, and they would just talk, and like she would just talk about like her sex life with this boy, which is like
Oh.
a fucking huge red flag, and
Oh god.
how she was like not being satisfied by her boyfriend, and Jesus Christ. Here's the thing, I've met her boyfriend. Like,
Oh no.
because
That is
we went on a field
nice.
trip one time, back when she was like still our teacher, and her boyfriend was there too as like chaperone, and he seemed like a chill guy, but that's like that's horrifying. That's scary. Sucks for that guy. Sucks for everyone involved, really.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'd say so.
Okay, but anyway, time to go to
That was
our...
such a good note to close off.
That's a good note to close off.
Do you want me to talk about like another like weird like chick experience so that's not such a weird energy?
Okay, alright, go ahead. I love hearing about weird women, because, you know, I love women, as I said in this podcast.
Yeah. There was another girl who every day she would come up to me because I had like a line of people that I would hug every day, like before class. Yeah,
That's
like,
so cute.
and I'm very tall, and this one girl is very small.
Can you disclose how tall you are?
5'10".
Okay, well,
That's
I
pretty
don't.
cool.
I want to just say this right now. I don't love women anymore. I don't respect them anymore. I think.
Oh, so you hate every woman that's taller than you?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
No, go
Okay,
off. No,
so,
go off.
and this girl-
No, go off, girl boss, queen. Go off.
And this girl was like very small, and every day she would hug me, and she would bury her face in my chest, and then do like one of those like head back and forth things, and then tell me what my boobs smelled like.
I hate that.
Huh?
I hate
That's-
I hate that too.
And in that moment, you're all like, "Wow, I'm not gay." In that moment, you found out.
I just thought that girls were weird. Like I just thought that that's how they express friendship.
They kind of are.
Oh, you know, girls are gay, right? Like that's normal. I'm trying to. There was this one meme that I saw where it's like girls hanging out, and it's like two girls making out, and then it's like the other image like lesbian hanging out, and it's like a screenshot from Sopranos where they're like playing dice.
Can we talk about how weird, like, boys will not sleep in the same bed as each other? Like, if there's, like, a sleepover, or,
Yeah.
like, a field trip, or any, like, an overnight trip, or anything, like, they will not just, like, share the bed.
Uh-huh.
That is so weird to me.
I think I might be the I am the exception to that rule, because when my cousins would sleep over, we would always like sleep in the same bed.
Oh, and I'm the one who's doing incest. Okay.
I wasn't fucking them.
Oh yeah, you weren't fucking them, but you were putting in their mouth.
just confirmed right now. I wasn't fucking my cousins. Okay.
Mhm.
Sometimes we
It
would
was
spoon.
just- it was
Sometimes we
mostly
would
just making
spoon.
out.
We would do platonic spooning, but
I'm
that's
glad
not
you
fucking them.
clarified.
You'd slip a finger
You know.
in, maybe.
Yeah. And I remember going on an East Coast trip for my high school, and we actually had no choice, but all the boys had to sleep
Mhm.
on the same bed, basically. But we would do like little like no homo tricks to like not to not catch the gay, you know. By if the bed had like two blankets, one would sleep on top of the other blanket, right? One would have upper blanket and the other would
That's
have
so
lower
weird.
blanket. Well, you know, because you know back then we thought that if like our dicks would touch another guy's butt, we would go into an insane like sexual lust to
Mhm.
try to nut inside each other. You know, we couldn't let that happen.
Jeez.
I think recently, the last time I let another man sleep in my bed was me and my buddy were coming back from a party, and we were both super fucking drunk, and we just knocked down on my bed. Funny that guy's like my best friend. We didn't do anything gay, but funny enough, back in the day, like back when I was still going to community college, me and my buddy would stay over at my house because we would play the game Honey Pop. You guys know the game Honey Pop?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like we would get super excited when we get to the levels where you get to like puzzle solve the girl's pussy, right?
Hot.
Yeah, and it would be late at night because we would
Damn,
want to
girl,
like
you got a pussy like a Rubik's Cube.
exactly because we would want to like puzzle solve as much like pussy as we could in each session, right? And my mom like accused me. She got mad at me. She thought that I was staying up late with him to have gay sex.
Oh my
Which wasn't the case. We were just playing Honey Pop.
I don't know what's worse. I'm just kidding.
What's worse, gay sex or playing Honey Pop?
I don't know. I'd say Honey Pop is probably.
Probably.
You know what? I'm not even gonna give my opinion. I'm just gonna let myself be mysterious.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, anyway, I better get your opinion on this next thing I'm going to talk about. But anyway, to end each episode, I like to go into who deserves to get canceled this week, which is a question I ask in every episode, and I'm gonna say my choice for who deserves to get canceled this week. But I think that the Johnny Depp dick writers need to get canceled. You know, because everyone's heard about the fucking Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial. Everyone's tired of it. I know, but I am especially tired of like the Johnny Depp like dick writers, because they like are posting videos of him like, oh my god, look how woo he looks when Amber Heard is describing like the rape allegations, or oh look at my two cats, I'm reenacting the trial, or like it's all this like
they'll do the really obnoxious like compilation videos with the stupid Wii Shop music or some quirky bullshit in the background.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like it's fucking insane to me on like two fronts, because first of all, it's like this trial, it's like this really awful trial that's going on. It's like a relationship that's like long like dead, but like it's being dragged out on TV. But also the fact that like who the fuck is still like a Johnny Depp fan like in this past decade, when like this whole time, like when was the last good Johnny Depp movie, you know?
Here's the thing, I knew quite a few girls who were very horny for Pirates of the Caribbean.
Same.
I'm not surprised, and it's like there was this one tweet that I saw where like I think it was like Johnny Depp at the premiere of the movie Mordecai, where he plays like the lead, and he's like with Amber in that picture, and someone's like, wow, look at how sad Johnny looked during this time, and then someone like captioned is like, well, he looks sad because he's at the fucking premiere for Mordecai, which fucking flopped. It was a fucking garbage movie. And it's I think I've heard people say that like the real in-head like Depp fans who've been ride or dies I've always hated like Amber, like they always hated every person like Johnny has dated, and I think this is like this perfect concoction of like we
finally have one that we have a reason to hate.
Yeah. In the court of public
to be shitty.
Yeah, in the court of public opinion, like we have like this upper hand against Amber Heard, and it's insane to me, and I really hate that this is probably gonna start like a fucking precedent, you know. I think what's also kind of sinister is that like the trial is happening in like Virginia, which is like has like the loosest like freedom of speech laws. So the whole trial, that's the reason why like the whole trial is being recorded, and there's like a live stream, because that's legal in that state. And I'm hearing people say that like, I mean, Johnny's the one who brought up the case into that state on purpose to make sure that he could get the court of public opinion on his side.
Because it's really hard to. Because this is like a defamation case, and defamation is like really hard to get like proof, like to get like something ruled in your favor, because you have to be able to like, for example, his big thing is like, I lost Pirates of the Caribbean because of this. He would have to get somebody from Disney to specifically say, this is why you lost that role, and you know, in Hollywood, the court of public opinion like matters a lot. He's probably just doing this so he can get a role in the future.
I get that, but it's I think what's also kind of like sinister is that a lot of the stuff is very like, a lot of it I think from Johnny is straight like lying, like you know, the whole poop story about like Amber shitting the bed.
Yeah,
that wasn't true. that was explicitly not true. He said it was true, but they found text messages of like Johnny telling one of his assistants to go poop in Amber's bed, so that when she comes back she finds it, as like a prank. And it got like this, it got like memed. It went like kind of beyond like what actually happened, you know, like, oh, this lie caught on as a meme. So I want to make a quick correction here. I was actually misinformed about the whole pooping thing. Apparently Johnny wasn't lying about that, and I just want to let everyone know that my full statement is that Johnny couldn't handle it when a bad bitch was giving him the same energy back. So you're only ever going to hear the meme, and you're not going to hear the fact that like Johnny made it up, you know, and it clouds it. And I guess that's what I mean by like this kind of like the Johnny Depp dick writers are like making sure this like
yeah,
everything looks good in Johnny's favor.
This
right?
is going to be the only time that that it'll be socially acceptable for them to have like an openly parasocial relationship with Johnny Depp. So they're gonna ride it as far as they can, like you said.
Right. It's this kind of like I know that it's a big thing to complain about parasocial relationships now with like content creators or influencers, but I think that like a lot of like kind of boomer-ish like attitudes is like okay to like be this like huge thick writer for like actors or Hollywood celebrities.
Yeah, that's
you know?
weird.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think now like people are being more careful, and I think what I like about like a Twitter, I love Twitter by the way, is that a lot of celebrities like don't get respect on Twitter, which is really funny.
Oh yeah,
like,
they don't.
Yeah, exactly, and I think that's awesome. That's kind of like this very kind of like double-edged like
celebrities aren't people.
Yeah, exactly. Celebrities aren't people. Yeah, exactly. Which is why it's totally okay for you to like jump over their front gate, walk into their house, and steal their dog. You know? It's
Did you know that? Did you know that it's like you can just like go to a celebrity's house and like take their dog, and they won't like arrest you because it's legal to just take the dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They only exist for your entertainment.
It's like ducks in it's like
ducks at the park.
It's like a duck. They can't arrest you.
Yeah, everyone listening,
you can just take
don't
it
be
home.
Discouraged. Just go for it.
Don't be discouraged, right? Exactly. I know that Jack Nicholson has like a second house in my city, and I go there all the time to steal his dogs, you know, and he keeps replacing them. It's okay. He has the money to replace his dogs, guys.
He gets the newest model.
Yeah, he does. I have so many like pugs in my house that I have not fed.
So do we get to talk about like who we think should get canceled?
Yeah. Now it's your guys' turn. I'm canceling Johnny Depp dick writers, but who do you guys want to cancel?
My fucking neighbor for having the audacity to decide on a Thursday afternoon at 3 p.m. that of all times was the best time to mow his fucking lawn.
You should flash his address on the screen.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, Barry, if you
here's
could get
his address: 123 Internet Street.
Wait a second. That's my address. What? No,
you
that's
piece
my
of
address.
shit.
I'm doxing myself. Oh no!
Can you just insert like a gun cocking noise right here? You piece of fucking shit! How dare you?
And they just stop the episode right there. We'll
play some dolphin noises too.
Yes.
What about you, Jiggy?
Less fun and kind of vague. I complained about it kind of recently on Twitter, but I'd like to cancel all the young artists that need constant reassurance in like every comment section.
Oh, I saw that.
Of all time.
Hell yeah. Yes. Fuck
young
artists.
You know what they need? They really need like an older brother or sister, like I
that
had,
sleeps
that
in the same bed as them.
Yeah, that sleeps in the same bed as them, and also relentlessly bullies everything that they like.
That's so true.
Just like what I had.
I really kind of like hate this this like hug box kind of attitude that like a lot of like artists do.
I know.
Right?
I'm really
Younger
showing
artists.
like my age. I mean, we're both kind of showing our age because the term hug box, it's not really used anymore. But I agree with you. It has been kind of, especially like on TikTok. And first of all, I'm really, really excited, and I'm really glad that younger artists have more accessible means of making the art that they want to make. That's really awesome, and that's really cool. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I feel like not everything is like perfect. if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
not everything is fine the way that it is, and not everything needs like a defense or anything like that. Like that tutorial that was going around, like the shading thing. I think it was a really useful tutorial, but I don't shade like that, and I didn't fucking say anything about that because it doesn't matter what I think of it. Like,
It's
they're
so
putting
crazy.
out free resources, and we should just be thankful that they're doing that, or just not take the advice.
It's so. Oh yeah, go on, Barry. No, you go
Oh.
on, Barry.
Oh, I was just talking about how, like, it's like this, it's like that with, like, everything, even, because one time
Yeah.
I read, like, this webcomic or something, and the art was really nice, but the story was, like, the pacing was really fast, and the dialogue was kind of bad. So I just commented, it's alright, it just needs work with the dialogue. And then I just had a sea of people just giving me so much shit and calling me a hater. And I'm like, I'm genuinely just like, trying to give like helpful criticism.
Yeah, I remember when you wrote that to Villainverse. Yeah, I remember that. And I sent my fans after you. Yeah, that's what you get.
What, like I said,
questioning me.
Like I said, it needs better dialogue and pacing. Bitch.
It's the pacing is bad on purpose. They're villains. They're bad guys.
Yeah, and it's like, especially like if you're just, it's like art doesn't really like have rules, so it's just kind of like you don't need it.
I always like hear the stories about the tutorials getting like fucking approached by ass blasted people. And I always like miss it. Like, you know, I always like miss like these rages that I see. I always see like the aftermath of like, hey guys, I'm gonna delete those tutorials. I'm getting death threats.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And I think I've only ever saw it one time when there was this one animator who was in the industry, and he posted like tutorials about like, oh, this is how you draw perspective shots in storyboards, and it was a series of tutorials. So he did the first one. And people were like quote tweeting this, like, "Oh, this is bad advice. Like, wow, just do that. Just these shots are boring, dog." And it's like a series. This is like part 1, so he's gonna go into more in depth in like different ways, you know. And it's so fucking annoying. I'm very tempted. I told other people this in another voice call. I'm gonna like try to make my own tutorial and see if I get hate for it, to see if I can like bait people into coming after me. You know?
If you want to hear something really funny, I actually just filmed, like, I'm, like, for my Patreon, I do these, like, little videos and stuff, and I just did one where I followed art tutorials, like, the really shitty, like, oh, draw circle, then draw rest of owl thing. That should be coming out soon, too.
That sounds epic.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Oh, boy. Oh man, there's a lot of things I said I was gonna do in this podcast that I don't know if I'm actually gonna fucking do, because I'm a genius who works on 3 comics at the same time.
Big brain.
And, big brain. Only for the lucky few. Haha. But yeah, I think So you want to cancel these little art tweens that get mad at tutorials?
Yeah, and I just want to preface that I don't mean it like, oh, you guys do suck and you guys should just accept that you suck. It's just more like art is going to be so much more enjoyable when you don't have all these bitches in your ear telling you it stinks. Like, I don't know.
Right.
Here's the thing.
Just do it yourself. Like, fend for yourself.
Yeah,
Girl's fine. Like, that's all I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry.
I feel like when you just have a bunch of people just telling you that everything you're doing is correct all the time, you're never going to do anything a different way, and you're never going to try anything else.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's,
yeah.
Also, studies are good. Studies are fine. Please do them, at least for a month.
Yeah, exactly. You can never not brush up on anatomy, you know.
Right.
Oh god. Yeah, this is why I have there's like a specific server in my private. There's a specific chat in my private server where we just criticize each other's art. Like, I mean, we like post anything you post there is like up for criticism, so people know that going in, you know, because it's helpful, you know. And like, I admit though, I can't remember the last time I ever followed a tutorial for anything. I just like winging it, you know. I'm a winger, if you will. with a hard R.
Oh goodness.
Oh boy. But yeah, I think we're at the end. We canceled Johnny Depp, Dick Riders. We canceled Barry's Neighbor.
I think I win. I'm sorry.
Yeah, honestly,
Out
I
of
think you
everybody
win,
here,
too.
I feel like it's about me.
Okay, you
This
know what?
podcast is mine,
Okay, you know what? I did
and
say
it's about me. and
you do
I
win.
win.
You do win by default because on this podcast we love women, we appreciate women, and you're a woman, so you get the win.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Our queen.
Our queen.
And then Jiggy,
Alright.
Jiggy also wins, and then you leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Actually,
You
I
can't
support
see
that.
it, but I'm like flitting my hand at you, like leave,
you leave.
peasant.
You can't see it, but I have a bat against the asphalt of your front door.
Yeah, it'll just
My
be the
dream
queen and the
man.
queen stallion.
My prince my Prince Charming riding on his queen stallion. Oh god. Okay, guys. So before we end the podcast, what do you guys got anything you want to show right now? You guys anything you guys want to promote besides from your Patreon?
You can go first, Barry.
Oh, well, Twitter
Uh-huh.
at _BerriesnCream.
Yeah, it should be on the
Instagram.
screen. Yeah.
Instagram, I'm at _N_cream. And then obviously patreon.com/berriesandcream. I do stickers.
Oh, she
I
does
do
stickers.
phone backgrounds. I do videos. And I bring every person that's in my Patreon a sense of fear and loathing that you will get nowhere else.
That's so romantic.
You know what? I really like that little like cat sticker that you made, where he has his little paws out as he's about to walk. That's so cute. And
I also have an Etsy, but it's like I'll send you the link to that if you want to add it.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, you piece of shit.
But
Get him out of here.
I was about to recommend you should have you ever considered doing like pet commissions, like if people have pets and they want to like get it done?
Oh yeah,
I feel like you'd be good at that.
Here's the thing, I'll take. I really don't care with like commissions. I'll take anything and I'll try it.
Yeah.
Except the my one limit is just NSFW.
No Queen Stallions, guys.
Damn it.
She's not into
Alright.
that.
If it's for a meme, I'll do it.
She'll do inflation, but she won't do Queen Stallions. That's going too far.
I'll have to DM you after this.
Oh hell yeah!
All right, Jiggy. What do you got to promote?
Cool. So on Twitter, I'm JiggyPNG. On Instagram, I'm Jiggy.png. I don't really have anything going on. I'm planning on doing some PNG tuber stuff, so I don't know if you want to wait for that. I'd appreciate that. I am having an art show with some friends in August. NorCal, if you're in the area, please stop by. I'll post some info on it when we're closer to the time. But yeah, it's going to be really cool. 4 bands.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. That's fucking
sweet.
rad. Hell yeah. Okay, and I'm Cheesymanfredo. Cheesymanfredo on all my social medias. Read Villainverse. Read My Alien Girlfriend. It's My Alien Girlfriend is only meant for straight people, by the way. So if you're gay, don't read it, please.
Damn.
I don't.
You
wanna...
wrote it though.
Yeah.
Are you not even allowed to look at your pages? Do you have to like close your eyes when
Yeah.
you type?
Yeah, exactly. I actually secret's out. I don't draw it. I get straight artists like BerriesnCream to do it for me. 100% straight artists like Berries.
But you like me though, right?
No,
Ooh.
I'm homophobic.
No.
Oh,
You're homophobic. You hate women.
oh, wait a second.
Wow.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, damn. This would be the first.
The only person you'll have in your bed is your cousin.
Yeah, exactly. My straight cousin.
Under the same blanket.
My straight cousin, and as we have straight sex.
I'm attracted to my straight cousin, and I hate women.
That's the
Coffee
name.
shop AU.
It's funny that I say like I'm a homophobic now. it's like this podcast is gonna be the first episode that premieres on Pride Month.
Mhm.
It'd be June.
Can you just flash up? I hate gay people.
I hate gay
Can we
people.
have like flags in our hands and stuff?
I'll grab the picture of me wearing the YOLO swag big homo shirt, but like instead it says big homophobic on it.
I
That
love that.
Yeah, that sounds like a real shirt he would do, to be honest.
Mhm.
But I don't want to give him that idea because I know he'll do it, and
He's gonna see it anyway, so.
he'll attract a straight crowd as part
Yeah.
as
Yeah,
part
you
of
don't
his
want
plan.
a straight crowd. Wait, I thought you wanted the straight crowd.
No, YOLO would. Whatever. Never mind. Anyway, that's the end of the podcast. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.